Holy cow, we're back for a double deuce.
Yes.
That's kind of like maybe like an upper decker or something, ×2. You never know. But Jim's here, so we guarantee a good time. But we're ready. Season 2, number 2. Man, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here.
It has been a couple weeks.
Ryan
January 23rd.
Ryan's a little different.
Ryan has been replaced.
Hey, well, welcome. I'm glad you could come on in and take off your pants and jacket.
We have a special studio guest.
Yes, sir.
This is Garrett. This is, for those of you who have ever wondered who does the IMCA racing TikToks, and you're like, those are badass TikToks. Boom, this cat right here.
Yes, sir. I'll take all the credit.
He's the TikTok king.
Exactly, he is.
IMCA's TikTok king.
I mean, I think you could even make Jim look good on TikTok.
I'm kind of,
That's tough.
I like it.
We're starting it out right away.
I'll admit, and because I get yelled at like every night on this subject, I am addicted to Facebook Reels, and I think that's like Facebook's deal to TikTok. I don't do much TikTok myself. I don't even know if it's on my phone. My daughter does it. My wife does it.
Well, everybody does TikTok. They flew a balloon over.
But Facebook Reels, I'm like, it comes down to my news feed, and I'm like, it just starts, and I just can't stop watching them.
Yeah, you go down the rabbit hole real bad and just keep going.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, an hour's gone.
It's horrible. Yeah. I migrate to those nasty construction accidents, stuff falling over, and then the next thing I know, I'm watching UFC fighting with people, a couple of guys beating the crap out of each other. Yep. Girls slapping. Have you seen the slap?
Oh, the slap's
man, that slap deal. Holy jeez, that one gal.
I think you and Jim need to do that one of these days.
Me and Jim can have a slap off.
Across the table right here.
There you
go. Get the powder out.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? Now that we talk, what we should do?
That's how we should do to see who starts on the pole of the Super Nationals is a slap off.
Please don't tell anybody you think like me.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
That was crazy.
That was good.
We see who can
Did we just become best friends? Yeah, did we just become best friends?
Slap the snot out of each other for the pole.
Yes. That's fun.
Now we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how would you,
Sure beats the Rochambeau or even the bags toss.
Bags.
I mean, it's
kind of violent.
I mean, if you can fit your head into your helmet, you get to start second.
Yeah. Because have you seen some of those guys?
Oh, my. I remember this one gal, holy cow, she had like half the size of her head was swollen shut.
If all your teeth stay in your mouth.
That's how we line you up.
You
how many teeth you have in your mouth after the slap off.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. So, yeah. Well.
Speaking about lineups, we'll be lining some cars up here pretty quick down in Abilene.
We will. We will.
It's time to break some ice.
Yes.
We're gonna try to keep our podcast. What's the word? Concise? Is that a word? Right? Like, we're gonna try to stay on track.
So what you're saying is we're going to try to for the double deuce, we're gonna try to structure it.
We are gonna try to give it a little bit of structure so we stay on the rails or on the track, however you want to describe it, because we have a tendency to kind of and so I'm gonna watch the clock. I'm actually trying to pay attention to how long we're talking.
The one you've never reset.
We'll break it down into like 15-minute segments, maybe 4 segments a show. We try to keep our podcast within 60 minutes because I don't think people want to listen to 3-hour-long podcasts.
Well, no, we're not going to do a 3-hour one. That'd be stupid.
Some people do. I mean, some podcasts can get kind of lengthy.
Joe Rogan's are always kind of pretty long.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's maybe why I don't listen.
These are very long podcasts, and if you just broke it up into segments so we could just navigate through the cool stuff we want to listen to.
What that would be like is a driver's meeting.
Not mine anymore.
Yeah, because you're running a tight tie there, Jim, after your CocoaPod drivers meetings.
Yes, hey, mine was short and sweet.
Jim's are more candid than mine, more entertaining. Mine are just lengthy and rambling.
I'm glad you said that, Brett, because I think that's going to be a good clip on TikTok where we started off by you saying these are going to be very concise and to the point, and then it just goes on rambling about all these different segments that we branch off into and talking about this and that. I think that's going to be good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so again, we'll try to start all of our podcasts, I guess, with
hello, welcome.
Yeah, there's maybe some opening statements. I don't know what we would call that.
Like a monologue.
Track packing. Turn right. I mean, there's because we kind of get into all kinds of different subjects when we get started in our podcast. Talk about past current events. Talk about
like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we I'd like
Rob,
to,
what did you
to
get
maybe
Libby for Valentine's Day?
We're gonna get to that,
I
Jim.
took her to eat at the Dixie Pig.
The Dixie
Dixie
Pig.
Pig.
Nothing says romance like the Dixie
Like
Pig.
The Dixie Pig.
Yeah, let me just tell you, that honeymoon is way over.
Well, at least you took her somewhere, Rob.
Yeah.
Did you get flowers? You did.
What?
Did you get a
Rob?
card?
Rob, you didn't get flowers?
How about
She didn't like flowers.
Oh,
It's a waste of money.
kettle corn? You get her any
No.
kettle
I don't
corn?
need kettle corn. A Mercedes will do.
Oh,
A cruise. I need to get a cruise like you guys.
See, this
Another
is,
Mercedes?
easy. Don't say you guys. I haven't been on a cruise.
this is going to get off the rails in a hurry.
Duh.
3 minutes in.
I can tell already. You know,
I'm glad I had the unders on off
we
the
are-
rails.
We
He
are,
got me a race for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
what's wrong?
There's
with,
nothing wrong with that.
what's wrong
that's
with
you. That's
that?
original. I like that.
Just
Yes.
just remember though, if he does mess up, you can give him a couple acres.
A couple of what?
Couple
Couple
acres.
acres. What'd you get for Valentine's Day? Oh, a couple acres.
So back to our segment comment. We're going to try to get into some segments. We would appreciate anybody who wants to maybe has some segment ideas, wants to hear certain subjects.
What would Wahoo say?
Yeah, certain subjects, whether it be like, you know, box of bad ideas. You know, we could do some sponsor spotlights, some promoters pulse, like we're going to do a little bit with Rob and Libby, some racer interviews, obviously, maybe some in-studio stuff. We got Garrett here. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different opportunity, but we want to try to keep it to where, you know, we're talking about a subject for about 15 minutes, and then we switch. Keeps us a
How
little,
about an Iron Chic
yeah.
segment?
Jim's got me addicted to the Iron Sheik's
The Iron Sheik
Twitter-
was good.
Twitter page, and I'm
His
like,
Twitter page.
is that real? I literally
That's, I
spent.
think we need to start taking that approach on the podcast to people.
We can't say that word. That's one of the words.
Oh,
we're
is it
not
that
supposed-
word?
That word, yeah.
Wahoo says it though.
Yeah, but that's okay. But I don't really want to say that. Maybe we might start saying it.
Fudge.
But
Nah, we'll stay away from it.
we'll try to keep it R-rated, not X-rated, when it comes to some of the words we're using.
Oh.
But we can even have like a meet the staff. I thought this would be like a.
I've said that from
meet
day
the
one.
staff.
We
I
could
like
have
that
like
one.
Virginia come in. And,
Yeah.
Oh, we got new staff member.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
couple new staff members. We could kind of maybe mirror like an AA meeting of some sort. You know what I mean? Where you're
Hi,
like,
my name's Jerry, and I am an idiot.
I'm Brett. I've been addicted to racing for 28 years. Since 1995, I've worked here for 26. You know, kind of one of those
Yeah.
themes. I mean, we all have stories to tell. They're
Yeah.
kind of interesting, you know. So
I like that.
for now, we'll just get, you know, is anything. So let's go back to when our podcast last occurred. Anything exciting happened since
Well,
then?
Valentine's Day happened. The Super Bowl happened.
See, there you
The
go.
refs fixed that for the Chiefs. You know, it was a bad holding call. I could see Jim. I could see that Jim must have been on that crew. Do you have some money on the game?
Uh-huh. Hey, you can't call penalties by the clock.
Yeah.
Jim is like one of those Chiefs fans you'd see a TikTok of him breaking his television if they lose.
I thought that was only Cowboys fans.
He's that dude. You know, I know when the Chiefs are playing, don't call Jim. Don't text Jim. I tell my wife I'm not going to even bother with Jim because if they're playing and the Chiefs are losing, it's probably the crankiest Jim usually gets.
It's cranky, Jim.
It is cranky Jim. And if you've ever met cranky Jim or been on Jim's cranky side, that's really cranky.
I didn't know you were a big Chiefs fan, Jim.
Me
oh,
neither.
yeah.
Huh. What's
Yeah.
your
Oh,
team,
yeah.
Brad?
We've had this conversation, I think, before without you, Garrett, but I married a Texan.
He was a Packers fan before that.
No, I've never been a Packers fan. I was a little bit of a Bears fan when I was younger.
The
But,
Bears.
yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan now.
Cowboys. All right.
America's team.
Oh, yeah, I did hear you because you talked about Dak Prescott
Yeah.
in one of the podcasts.
He made the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
He
made
did.
the Super Bowl.
Finally, a Cowboy made the Super Bowl in a while.
Exactly. And
There was a lot of boos. Did you hear the booing?
yes, that's
Yeah.
just what I was going to say. I thought that was, given the circumstances of why he was there, he got the man of the year for the NFL
Yeah.
for what he's
Walter
doing for his
Payton.
community, and people are booing the living crap.
I
out of
couldn't
him.
believe we did.
I'm like, come on.
Jackie and I talked about that, and I didn't know maybe it was just the sound in the stadium, but the whole pregame from like 5, the first half hour. I mean, anytime there was somebody up there, all you heard was people booing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal.
Where's the civility in society anymore? Even something is an award like that, where a guy you could hate the Cowboys, hate him personally, whatever it may be, a play he made or whatever. Hate the fact that he's got a hot girlfriend. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you could not like the guy for.
Yeah, yeah.
But, in a situation like that, I mean, keep your mouth shut. The dude is doing stuff for the community of Dallas. Mm-hmm. He should get all the accolades and all the positive attention for something like that.
Exactly.
I agree.
I thought that was a little bit.
Yeah, at some point in time, it doesn't matter how you feel.
Yeah, all teams aside.
Yeah, all teams aside. Just if you don't agree with it, just the best is shut up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, like Mom says, if you ain't got nothing nice to say about somebody, don't say it at all.
Exactly.
In that situation, probably would have been best if just shut up. But whatever. So,
see what else happened.
We had races down in Henry County.
Yeah, we had some odd light races.
We did. We did have a couple of races. That was going to be in our next segment, Jim.
Oh shit! I didn't see the script.
Yeah. It's because I didn't give you one.
Trust me, none of us have seen the script.
You didn't get that email?
You didn't get that letter?
Yeah. We're trying to get a little bit more organized with our podcast, but
thinking of Byron today, having a little Canada Dry.
Hey, I think I get to see Byron here soon.
Mm-hmm. You do?
Yeah.
We get to see him in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go to Texas first.
It's a long ways from Canada.
Well, you can get there. You just get on the plane.
Byron's going to Florida?
Going to the Clash on the coast.
Yes.
Well, Byron will make the Clash a better event.
Yes.
Ain't no doubt about it.
He's my favorite. Well, he's one of my many favorites.
He's one of the only ones I know personally. But
I mean, I like some guys from Nova Scotia.
There are guys. I think we've talked about this before. There are guys who there are people who just take pictures, and then there are photographers. I mean, he has got a skill set that it's freaky weird.
It is.
On the pictures he takes, you just go, how'd you get that?
Yeah. And Garrett's just a good photoshopper. Although you guys did take some good the break during Winter Nationals, you guys took off to the Grand Canyon. Man, there was Byron took some great photos. Wow.
He did. He's a hard worker too. I think that's why he gets such good photos, is because you'll see him up on the side of a mountain taking a shot of the racetrack, and then next thing you know, he's way on the other side. He just works hard.
Yep. I did catch him coming out of the women's bathroom one time.
I don't even know if I want to know.
Did he lose his phone in there?
Yeah, he lost his phone in there.
Crazy. Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the Super Bowl real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
I saw a comment that Jalen Hurts made. I thought that was really kind of cool, and maybe it's been said before. I think it was a Mandela quote, Nelson Mandela quote, where you win or you learn. You don't win and lose or lose. You win or you learn. And I thought that's a really, really to lose gracefully, which is what essentially I thought Hurts kind of did.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't like the way the game ended myself. I thought running, stopping in the corner, and not going out in the touchdown or going out. It was a smart play from a coaching standpoint. We all get that, but from a game standpoint, it stunk.
Yeah.
That's just the way I felt about the whole deal. I'd rather he ran in and then get the ball to Jalen and give him like 30 seconds to try to do
no
something.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
I know Jim would chime in.
You had like 58 minutes of good play, and then the last.
It was an excellent coaching move, well-coached victory at the end, but I think we all wanted to see that.
If he wouldn't have went down, I probably wouldn't have had a TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people.
Halftime, people all have their opinion. I thought the halftime show was pretty good. I mean, it was. I mean, it's just that they're lip syncing. It's just a dance deal. But it's it's a halftime show. If you don't like it, go watch something else.
She was lip syncing that. I thought she was singing some of that stuff live.
Oh my! The only thing she did live was at the end saying thank you.
Well, I've seen bad lip syncing, and I didn't think that was bad lip syncing.
Oh no, it was tracked. It was tracked.
I thought the show was okay.
That stuff's
He got like a
Milli
million.
Vanilli.
Kind of. She got like a million songs, So I mean,
you forget until somebody who's been gone for a while comes back. It's like,
she sang that one too. I'm like, good. Is they ever going to end?
She had sang 14 hits in 13 minutes.
20 seconds of each song. But anyhow, so back to racing a little bit. How long have we been talking? 10 minutes, 12 minutes. 15 minutes. We'll move on to Victory Lane. Jim,
are we at the end
of this one? Yeah. That's our intro segment.
Oh, okay.
I think we should call it opening ceremonies.
There you go.
It's like a damn party.
Yeah.
I might have to make a note of that. We have had a couple. We had a couple of races since we last talked. I think, right?
We had Mod Light racing.
We had Mott Live racing in Henry County, the Sugar Bowl.
Mhm.
Car
Fort
count
Valley
down there.
ran.
Mojave Valley.
Mojave Valley ran.
Mojave Valley.
Was Casa Grande's Mincy Memorial, was that before our last podcast or right about our last podcast?
It was about, I think it was going on.
Yeah, it was, again, they all kind of run together. But anyhow, so we've had some races. We're getting there, getting closer to the season starting.
Oh, you know what we're getting closer to? February 20th. And it's your birthday. So send cards, wishes, and well-love hugs to Rut
I'm
at
gonna
IMCA.
I'm going to be 39 on February 20th.
But before that,
So excited. I'm not in my 40s yet.
so now is this where we segue into our next segment where we talk about what's happening this weekend?
Yes, I have to rush down to Abilene Speedway for the icebreaker.
I have to miss it.
I don't know
this
how
year,
many
and I'm not
icebreakers.
happy about it.
I don't know how many icebreakers I've been to, but I've been to a lot of them, including the first one Rob ever promoted, which I don't know how many years ago that was, but it's been a while. Rob
might know.
Libby would know.
22.
22. Yeah, so we
No,
had
I
this.
wasn't around back then.
Well,
Well, you were, but you weren't.
you're ruining my jokes, Libby. I'll get to that. The first one I went to, I went to when Tommy was there, Tommy Simons.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Bill and I were talking about it in the office internally. Like Rob was trying to figure out how many icebreakers there have been, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Were you having this conversation with Bill where Rob's like, I don't know how many. He's like 27,
28, I think.
28. We were trying to figure out if it was 27 or 28, but. Yeah, a long time. Time flies.
Hey, I just got an email on my phone that says the IMCA from IMCA TV that the icebreaker is on IMCA TV this weekend.
Yes.
How does that work? We're doing a podcast. Producer Nate, did you just mass produce that email right there? Oh, set it up on Monday.
Nate's on it. 24/7.
He is.
Multitask.
So anyhow, yeah. So the icebreaker. I'm going down there before my birthday. A little pre-birthday celebration. I fly down on Friday morning, and I'll fly back Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Try to be home for my birthday. Like I said,
Do you think Rob and Libby will get you anything for your birthday? while you're there?
39's a big, important birthday for me. So
Milestone.
it is. I've only.
Maybe he'll take them to the pig.
Yeah, that's where, yeah.
Can we go there, Rob? Oh, you don't. You
We
can't.
can.
You can't. You're at the track. You're working your ass off for that event. Both of you and all your staff work your ass off for
Yes.
that event. So, I feel like a little bit like I'm just doing nothing when you go, and Rob's running around prepping the track, and Libby's.
That's kind of how we feel.
I know. If I send that message, I kind of feel that way too. I'm like, put me on a tractor, or let me.
Just bring some clothes where you can get out of the car.
Yeah, again, I've been to Abilene a lot, and for some reason, like, it's cold down there when it's cold.
It does. It gets cold. It's a weird cold.
It is. I walked to the airport on my vacation, 10 days ago, and it was like -8, and I thought I was going to die. And I've had moments in Abilene where I feel like it's worse than that, and it's like 50.
I remember 2 years ago, I think it was, 2 years ago, it was down there. And it had rained, I think, Rob and Libby, I think it rained like Tuesday, Wednesday. And you guys, when we got there, you were rolling the pits in. And I remember it literally, it was warmer here in Iowa than it was in Texas that day.
Don't say that.
Maybe we could talk some positive stuff about our races.
We are gonna. There's
Well, I did
plenty
see
of
the
positive.
weather's supposed to be, 87 in Abilene this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be dry. That's the good thing. We've got a great racetrack getting ready.
The racing is I said this a couple of years ago, and again, I've been there a lot. I've seen some not good races at times in Abilene. No offense, we see every racetrack has those moments, but I've just thought the last few years in Abilene has just got better and better and better. And I don't know what your secret is, Rob, but I personally, again, I have an opinion like everybody else. I try to keep it to myself most of the time, but the racing down there has been really, really good the last times I've been in Abilene. You know, I mean, it multi-groove. You move the wall, you know, and again, for people that don't know Abilene, you moved the backstretch, that backstretch wall a couple of years ago, which was, I mean,
Helped a bunch.
it has. I think it improved the quality of the racing, and maybe it was just the way that the cars were coming out of the corner there, whatever it may be, you know, and you obviously inherited that wall. We've talked about this a little bit. You've inherited that. Well, you had inherited that wall, and you moved it. And I just thought it made the racing better. I think the racing in Abilene is fantastic, and there's always a really good field of cars there. Your locals are fast.
Yeah, we have a lot
well.
of fast cars here that race here every week. We also have some VP product that stay wet. Doesn't necessarily make the racetrack heavy, but it sticks all the sand and loose stuff together, and it makes it clean off where you can race multi-grooves.
Yeah, you're one of those tracks that I know you stick to that VP stay wet or whatever they call it. And I know there's a lot of racetracks that have tried that. Some have had you have a ton of success with it. Some racetracks haven't had success with it, but again, you know, whatever you're doing to your racetrack, it's on point. You know, that's what's as somebody who goes to a lot of different races, a lot of different facilities in different parts of the country with different sizes of tracks and track composition and clay versus dirt, sandy versus not, you know, all those kinds of things. You know, Rob's got his racetrack figured out. I mean, it shows, I think, by the quality of the racing down there. And everybody's got their secret. That's one of the cool things about promoting racing.
It took 18 years to get lucky. You have to eventually get lucky.
Well, it took me that too.
And this is, I have to bring this up because, again, this is a story Rob's told before to me. And when Rob took over at Abilene, Rob was a former racer. He'd been racing modifieds. I think the first time I ever really saw Rob race was maybe at the Super Nationals one year prior to your promoting. He came up here and he took over Abilene. And one of the funniest, most entertaining stories that I think that you tell or have told is the hay bale story. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Tell it. I love this story.
Yeah, I'm intrigued right now.
Gotta hear it now.
Well, I had two things. As a racer, I hated the tires on the edge of the racetrack.
We've heard this.
And I hated that you're stopped under caution. You go to the back, even if it's not your fault. I said, I'm going to fix this. I bought a trailer load of hay bales, and I put them out for hot laps. And when hot laps was over, there was baling wire and hay all over the whole racetrack. So then I knew that tire deal, that's a must. People aren't going to respect it. They can't tear something up when they hit it. And after the first night, I figured out why you had that other rule, is you can't figure it out every caution. So I went back to the way it was.
Yeah. Rob the racer versus Rob the promoter. I mean, that's a great story that demonstrates that because everybody talks about the infield tires and uke tires and smoking front ends off of race cars by hitting them and all those other kinds of things. And people are like, well, you know, why don't you try something different? Why do you guys do that? Like we or promoters want people to crash race cars on purpose.
We purposely put them tires for you to run into.
Every time somebody says something about an infield tire, it just brings me back to Rob's hay bale story where he lines the inside of the racetrack with hay bales and it scatters hay all over the racetrack in the hot laps.
Now, Rob, do you think they might have done that on purpose just to see what you do at the end of the first night? Let's see what we can do with this guy.
Well, if they wanted the tires to be gone, they messed up. They should have at least gave it a little bit longer.
Maybe like got through the heat races before they hit the hay.
That's funny.
What about pre-entries? How's everything looking as far as that goes for this coming up weekend?
I mean, it's pretty good. You know, it's a deal where you get a lot of locals trying to save their numbers, and we don't really have a registration fee or an entry fee. So we got some people from up north.
Yeah, pre-entries, though, have definitely changed in the last, I'd say, 4 years at least, where people kind of wait. And then, so we never can go by that anymore. But we definitely had calls and people, like I said, we don't have registration a price for the icebreaker. So really a lot of people just register when they get here or shout at us that they're coming.
And for those guys up north, you know, if they come and race this weekend, they can get 2 nights of draw, redraw, and they can stay over till next week and get 2 at Kennedale.
Yeah.
So they could get 4 races in.
And ours are 2 separate nights, so it's 2 separate pays.
Yeah, Abilene has historically been, I was going to say this, historically been like for us here, like the first race of the year, you know, and we've pushed stuff ahead with racing in Arizona now a little bit in January. But Abilene always feels to me like it's when racing starts for IMCA in general. It's just, for as long as I've been here, that's kind of been the first race. And I kind of feel that way. Plus, it's around my birthday, you know, so it's kind of special to me, you know. Turn 39 every year.
Not what 3
comes
now.
Full circle back to him.
It's not every year you turn 39. I mean, I turn 39 every
Isn't
year.
it like really 51?
Maybe.
Hey,
Yeah,
quick
it's
question.
51.
Does anybody know when Brett's birthday is?
Does anybody really know how old he's going to be? 5'1".
This is not a part of this segment, guys.
We didn't get the script.
Exactly.
Rob, Libby, any guesses on Brett's age?
I want to say mid-40s at least.
At least.
I'll take
Wow.
You're his favorite promoter.
that.
Well,
Yes.
he was 12 when he first came to the first icebreaker. He already admitted that.
Of course, I know that Virginia has to be at least 10 years younger than him.
That's true. She makes me look younger, too.
And he did meet her at Abilene, so.
That's a true story as well.
Wow.
You went her
Well,
at Abilene.
I didn't meet her in Abilene. I actually met my wife at Super Nationals. However, she actually talked to me at Abilene. So,
So Abilene happened before Supernational.
no, it was after I met.
So you met her, so you're like, hey, I'm going to go. She's from, I'm going to Abilene.
I met her through
Now we know why he started going to Abilene.
He was like,
races.
"Hey, it's my birthday."
I met her yeah, exactly. Birthday present. You know, I met her through a Texas guy at Super Nationals, and then she was in Abilene with her sister, and Henry was there racing, and then that's where I talked to her. So yeah, Abilene has, you know,
Some history.
it does for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's good.
yeah,
Well,
lots of good
that's
things at
special.
Abilene.
For sure.
I
I'm
mean, like
excited
you
to go.
guys. I'm really glad that Libby's on the podcast, because at first I thought it was just going to be Rob, and I thought, well, you know, I mean, Libby's a lot better to look at than Rob is, and plus,
It had to be someone that knew how to work the Zoom.
pardon me, yeah,
I'm surprised she told me about it because she says I have a face for radio. So
she's correct.
Well, the other good thing about having Libby and Rob on the podcast, maybe we can get to the bottom of a story that's been floating around. Super Nationals a couple years ago.
Oh, a golf cart deal.
Libby, why did you throw Nikki off the golf
Yeah,
cart?
I thought you guys were friends, Libby.
We want to know.
she just pushed her. She didn't throw her.
If y'all could have been there, though, it was definitely priceless.
You know, we're all going to get in trouble for this.
Yeah, anytime we bring
Yeah, you men are, because Nikki and I know the truth. And John, I don't even know how lucky he got, because it was about this close to a major disaster.
Oh, well.
John and Nikki Webb.
I just wish we'd had the nerve to take a picture.
You wouldn't have
I
survived.
don't think we thought of it enough.
that's where intelligence kicks in. Rob is I really I'm just gonna leave this alone.
I was pretty terrified because John started laughing, and we were trying to advise him he better shape up really quick. So you're going to be here when, Brett?
Friday.
Friday.
Well, we're racing at 7 Friday and Saturday.
Well, I will be there.
That's Central Time for those of you who are attending or watching on IMCA TV.
Correct.
Mhm.
We are broadcasting on IMCA TV, and Garrett's going. You driving down there?
No, I'm flying.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay,
I fly
well.
tomorrow.
will you fly out of Des Moines?
Yes.
Maybe.
Very, very early.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
You might.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 6 to 10 inches of snow coming. Hang
saw
on.
that.
There's 2 to 128 inches of snow coming for this area.
There is 6 inches of snow forecasted here all day tomorrow.
High winds.
In case you're wondering, Rob or Libby, about bad weather, it's up here.
Yeah.
It is up here. So anything down there is going to be better than anything we have up here at the current time. So yeah, we'll hope to get some guys making the trip down. And again, Abilene puts on great races.
Oh, it is. It's amazing.
Everybody's friendly at Abilene.
Rob just left.
Did you put
He's had
it
enough
back
of
to
us.
work or what?
He's been pretty antsy the whole time, but he didn't want the racetrack to dry out because he does pride himself on that racetrack.
We
And
wondered.
we've got a delivery coming.
Yeah, we wondered if he would be busy. To be quite honest, the thought crossed my mind, especially on short notice. We do appreciate you taking the time. And besides, Libby, I like you better than Rob's first 3 wives.
Wow.
So you're my favorite in 28 years of 22 years of coming to Abilene.
Did she hang up?
Yeah, did she? Wow.
I hope not.
Libby,
How many wives does
Oh,
it
there we go.
take
There she
when
is.
you run a good racetrack?
Pardon me. Say that again.
The problem with it is, he told me he only lasts about 6 years, so I really thought I only had like a 6-year commitment, and it's gone way longer than that.
That's funny.
He tricked
So
you
what
into
you're
a
saying
6-year
is
deal.
you didn't read the lease agreement.
No, I read the lease agreement. He just has extended it month to month.
Oh yes.
Year to
So
year.
so what you're saying is you have first right of refusal, correct?
Yeah.
So tell me this for everybody listening too. So prior to you and Rob getting together, did you have any association with racing at all? Were you a race fan or anything like that, or did you just get suckered into it?
No, not at all.
So you just get suckered into it.
Yeah. In fact, our very first date we went on, we drove by this children's home, and he said, "Oh, those kids come to the racetrack." Or I said, "I used to work there." And he said, "Oh, they come to the racetrack." And I said, "Oh, God, I remember we had to take those kids to that racetrack. It was so loud, noisy, and boring." And then he said, "I own that." And I said, "Oh."
Oops.
Now was this before or after you guys went skating?
Now, that was our very first date. Rob doesn't go skating with me.
Because Libby she is excellent on roller skates.
I have seen.
We have
some
not
videos.
seen videos for a while. Where? This is what
But
I want to know. Where are the
broke my
videos?
foot. I broke my foot, so I was just now started skating again.
How often do you skate when you're like skating a lot? Like once a week?
Well, I was skating about every couple of nights, just even in my house. And then I was skating in the parking lot close to our house. And then I try to get to the skating rink when I can.
So how did you break your foot?
Well, I broke my foot actually cleaning pools and falling off my truck.
She has a real job.
Yeah, pool cleaner.
Yes.
I have lots of jobs.
Yes.
She does.
Kettle corn, race
Yeah.
promoter, pool business.
Pool cleaning business. Yeah.
Roller skater.
Roller skate. Yeah. Did you ever think did you ever do any roller derby?
I did not, but I considered it at one time, but I never got into it.
Is there like back in the day? Was there a roller derby club down there that you could have got into?
There was not. It was just later down the line when I heard it was in Abilene, and by then I wasn't skating anymore. Because really, until a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, when I asked for roller skates, I guess it was not this last Christmas, but the one before. I hadn't roller skated since probably high school. We're not going to say how many years that was.
3 or 4. I mean, it's okay. You can admit 3 or 4 years ago.
Or really junior high, probably, yeah. But it was kind of like riding a bicycle. I just got out there, and my kids were nervous, and they said, "We'll get you a pair, but we're nervous." And then I showed them don't be.
We have a roller skating rink in Vinton. I grew up. In fact,
Where is
my in-laws built the roller skating rink in Vinton, and so I grew up. I remember when it opened up in town, and I would have been in junior high, maybe.
Yeah, I remember we used to as kids go roll every
And that was what everybody did in
Sunday.
Vinton. We go to back before cell phones and back before you could drive. You know, everybody went to the roller skating rink in town here, and I take my youngest daughter Kennedy. She loves to roller skate. I take her when the skating rink's open and it's cold and she doesn't want to go to a basketball game or something like that. She goes to the roller skating rink. I love roller skating. It's fun.
Jerry, who's that?
I love it. We recently had some Instagram famous roller skater people here, and they had like a big USA shuffle thing, and it was fun. I went and a friend.
Is that dance that you see in videos I catch on a reel where those dudes are like side by side doing the exact same moves with their legs for like 20 laps in a row?
Yeah, the Griffith brothers, they were actually here. Yeah.
That is some crazy stuff because
That is
that's hard to do, and they make it look really, really easy.
I know, and those two guys, they're like
just
big guys. They're like football-looking guys.
And they just make it look cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch it, and it's just like, man, I wish I could do that on roller skates.
Well, you
I'd
could
get all-
if you have coordination, style, and rhythm.
If I was a kid again and I was like in 9th grade, I'd get all the chicks, right?
Just rhythm.
Yeah. You're also going to be 39 on Monday, too.
I can't even dance like that without roller skates on.
39, is that what we're sticking with?
No, it's 51. I mean, there's no doubt.
Yeah, what do you got to go there?
I mean,
I didn't know how many candles I'm supposed to be getting.
yeah.
I'm not much of a birthday person. Yeah,
Well, that's good, because at my age, I probably would forget anyway.
it's just another day. Just another Monday in my life this year.
Yeah.
So.
That's when I wanted to do the podcast was on Monday because we're going to come in early and decorate.
Ooh.
Nice.
I was going to have like
Have a cake.
have like somebody pop out of a cake or something.
I have went down to Abilene when it actually is on my birthday. So it's always like about the third weekend in February is when the race is, and so it does fall on the 20th sometimes. I've missed a couple icebreakers because of that. Hard to be gone when you got young kids and your birthday
And they want to have a birthday
and a
party for
wife
their
that you want to
dad,
keep happy, you know. So, but anyway, enough about my birthday for crying out loud.
Yeah. It's like the birthday podcast.
Jeez.
What do we got in here?
I do have.
Birthday podcast.
Yeah, we could have brought candles.
Oh, you
and
gotta
be
be-
my,
no,
be my
easy.
Valentine. See, we could have brought candles.
Oh, is that for me?
You want them?
Oh my goodness!
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
See, I'm more of like a zebra.
Jerry, you
cake
want to
guy.
share these?
Oh, will we share?
You guys on-
I'll take a bite of one. And
You
you
guys
take the
on
other.
like
Yes,
a
we can, like,
diet
Fox and
program
that-
over there? I mean, what the hell? They package them in twos for a
Slide it
reason.
over here then, Dingling.
I'm feeling a little left out here.
I'll bring some
He
down
will
for
bring.
you.
He will get you some little Debbie's. Oh, hang on.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, that just happened. Me and Garrett. We spend a lot of time on the road together in the winter.
The dog's like, give me this.
Joey's like, I want something, not that.
What'd you call those things in the middle?
These are beef sticks from Otto's Meat in Luxembourg, Wisconsin.
Otto's Meat.
You know who owns that?
Dan or Tai Check?
Exactly.
The last time I ate meat and cheese mixture like that in
Oh,
Wisconsin,
don't even go there.
we've had this conversation in this podcast. Jim is probably going to get out of the show early, bring back flashback memories. But I love that kind of stuff. And I love the Little Debbie's, too. These are just fantastic. I love those.
I needed a little pick me up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing
Is
says
that-
I love
Libby,
you
is
like
Rob out
sugar.
on the track?
He is out on the track.
Turn the camera around. Can
Yeah.
you get a picture of
Yeah.
him going around?
Let's
Turn
see if
turn it around so people can see the facility.
Right. Let's see. Here he
He's
comes.
probably out there
Let's see.
killing a rattlesnake.
No, can you see?
You
Yeah.
bet.
There he is.
There he is.
Look at that
Oh.
place. Ready to race.
Let's get ready to rumble. Well,
There you
I'm
go. I
sure.
want to see more of it.
I'm sure Abilene Speedway, the surface is going to be fantastic. Rob's going to be ready. He always is. I'm sure that the hospitality is going to be as good as it always is down there.
Mhm.
Again, I always enjoy going to Abilene. Everybody there's so nice, at least to me. Even the racers are nice to me in Abilene, which
Well, it's because it's early in the year.
in Texas, that can be, for me personally, that can be a challenge. I go places, they're like, "What the hell are you here for?" I'm like,
Yankee.
Hey, Yankee.
I missed you too. But anyhow, so yeah, and the purse at Abilene's good. What do we? Do you know, Libby? Do I ask you
As
about what it
ice
pays?
pops are $1,500 to win. We've got modifieds are $1,200 to win each night, and let's see, sport mods are $1,000 to win each night, and we've got street stocks at $400 to win, and sport compacts at $350 each night.
Okay. I
1,000
want
to win
know.
Southerns, 1,200 to win mods, 1,500 to win stock cars.
I want to know where the term iStock originated down there and how it became known as because Texas is the only place they call them iStocks. Everywhere else, IMCA stock cars. Where did iStock come from?
That's a good question. I don't even know the answer to who actually started saying that, but it got, when it first started happening, it was kind of confusing to people. People were like, iStock, what the hell's that?
That's what I thought for.
People would say it to me up here up north, there's IMCA stock cars, and down south are iStocks. And so I don't know even when that started. It's been many, many years. So, well, yeah. When
That's
you hear,
all I've ever known them as.
yeah, you hear people talk about iStocks in Texas, it's IMCA stock cars.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some non-sanctioned stuff, like Libby mentioned, some street stocks and some factory stocks and some other full fender divisions that have pretty good participation as well. But iStock racing in Texas is kind of, it's been like a roller coaster a little bit, you know, because stock car racing down there, you know, a handful of years ago was very well supported, and it kind of went down a little bit, and it's made a resurgence down there lately. But I think in general, IMCA stock car racing has made a resurgence all across the country. We've got racetracks adding sanctions. We just had a couple of conversations in the last day or two of racetracks that are going to add stock car sanctions that even I don't anticipate, including some conversations in Michigan, you know, which for us is it's good. You know, again, you know, we're known for modifieds from a widespread standpoint. For the most part, it's our biggest class, has been for years. But, you know, when you throw in sprint cars and mod lights and stock cars, you know, our reach at IMCA is quite widespread across the United States. And Texas has always been a very, very good state to IMCA racing. You know, very good racetracks down there, very good promoters down there, some pretty solid.
It's weird we don't call them iMods and.
Yeah, that's what you called them iStocks. Why were they not iMods or?
Yeah, do you call a hobby stock an H stock?
No,
we don't have those anymore. But
right.
But yeah, I mean, if you couldn't call it a.
That's the only thing that stuck, I guess.
We ran hobby stocks down in Abilene for a while, and Rob, I'll never forget this quote either. Rob's like, you know, if you take them pizza cutter tires off them things, I'd run them more. And I'm like, pizza cutters? He's like, yeah, them damn tires are like pizza cutters to my racetrack.
Well, yeah, because I remember like Eric Stanton used to go down there, and every year would just. I mean, you knew when he went. You know, when guys like Stanton and Anderson and they went down there, it's like, okay, there's who's going to probably win.
Yep, we win some of those sanction conversations. We lose some of those sanction conversations. I wouldn't say we lose. We learn some of those sanction conversations.
Learn that this class doesn't really work here, and that's understandable.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. You know, but the divisions we got at Abilene are going to be very well supported. The racing is going to be fantastic, as it always is. We definitely want to thank Libby for your time today, sitting in with us, and the abuse we may give you a little bit, but we really, really appreciate everything that Rob and Libby have done for IMCA racing in Texas particularly. Rob is a very big advocate of IMCA racing. He preaches it everywhere he goes, even if people don't want to hear it, Rob's saying it. And, you know, it's hard for us to find promoters like that at times, you know. So we do appreciate the fact that Abilene is stuck with us as much as they have and help us as much as possible at promoting good dirt track racing in the state of Texas and the South Central region. So,
well, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all been good and easy to work with, and so we appreciate that. So, and we've enjoyed this today, but I do have to get busy because I can't believe how close our race is.
Well, feel free to skip out. We want to thank you again. Want to remind everybody to get their entry in. Let Rob and Libby know you're coming down. If you're going to come down, want to remind everybody that's attending to get an IMCA license. Don't get it in line. There's usually a line.
You can go online right now and buy it.
It's the first race, so things kind of stack up at times on that Friday night. So, again, we want to thank you for your time, Libby, and I'll see you in a couple days.
All right. See y'all later.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Libby.
Bye.
Bye.
What else do you want to talk about?
She does make a mean kettle corn, by the way. She sent me some last year for Christmas.
Yeah, they do.
Oh gosh, and it was like green and red and white. I mean, it came in. I still have the tin. I put it out under the Christmas tree this year.
Yeah,
it's the Texas tin at my house.
In the off season, they make kettle corn.
Yeah,
and sell the crap out of it. So
and they ship it all over. You can get it where
they do.
Yeah.
Is it going to be at the racetrack?
I bet there would be if you asked for it, but I don't think.
I don't remember from being down there the last 3 years if it was
they do a lot of pre-Christmas stuff down there for kettle corn. They go to some shows and they do a lot of pre-order
Farmer
stuff.
market type deals and
busy.
Chris Kringles and things like that.
Back to the let's go back for a couple of minutes to the Victory Lane segment. And I had just some notes because I wanted to bring it up again. The Sugar Bowl Nationals. Did we talk about Dylan Rafferty winning that at all?
No, we just kind of hit that it happened.
Yeah, Rafferty won another Mod Light race. I think Bill told me he's won 63 sanctioned Mod Light events.
Doesn't surprise me.
Leads the division. That's a shitload.
Yeah,
that's a lot of races. I like to joke when I see Dylan because he's kind of quiet, but let somebody else win for crying out loud. You know
he's
what
like,
I mean?
No.
He won every event at the Super Nationals that I've attended that have had sanctioned Mod Lights at. But again, Dylan went all the way. He's from what, Kansas City area?
Mm-hmm.
Think he's a Chiefs fan, Jim?
I bet he is.
I don't partake them as being anybody but racers.
Yeah.
And the story about
his car's not red and yellow. It's like purple and green. Yeah. So maybe he's not. Maybe
but a lot of people forget or don't know
is Baltimore fan or something.
That car was built in his garage. I mean, they went out. He took a CAD class.
Yep.
At the local college, the community college. They went out and bought a CAD program, bought the machine, and built those cars right in their garage.
Yeah, with his father.
With him and his dad and his brother.
His brother. His father's passed
Yeah.
away. But Dylan stays on. He's on his game. Yeah. He really is. If you're racing Mod Lights, if you can beat Dylan.
Yeah, if that car rolls into the track, you might as well figure out what second pays.
Yeah. And back to Casa Grande, because is it with the E on the end? Is that
Casa Grande?
Is that Casa Grande?
No, trust me.
Or Casa Grande.
I've been corrected many times.
I think we talked about
it's Casa Grande.
Yeah. We talked about this in the
podcast. I used to say Casa
Grande. You guys talk about this
at Casa.
There.
It's Casa Grande.
The E kind of throws me off a little bit. Is it Grande, like Ariana Grande kind of deal? You know what I mean?
It's Casa Grande.
It has like one of those little ellipses or whatever at the end of it too, doesn't it?
And if you had to make a difficult decision in your life, would you choose Casa Grande or Ariana Grande? Casa Grande,
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, me
Brad
too.
Whitfield, Ariana. Brad Whitfield, Ariana.
I'd probably.
I tell you what. Next time I go back to Casa Grande, I've already told Brad I want to meet Deputy Frank Slope.
Who's that?
Well, you go out to the Casa Grande Sheriff County, and they're just YouTube Fridays with Frank. And this dude is
that where he's from?
He's from Casa Grande.
This is is this a Facebook real thing that pops?
No,
how do I know this?
So the sheriff's department, I've shared it. You've probably seen it off mine because I share it every Friday.
Because he pulls people over and they're like,
and he's just
"Can I see your license?" And they're like, "No."
And he's like, "Really?" They're great. I think it's like 47 every Friday. It's Fridays with Frank, and it's friggin' hilarious. Some of the shit he gets into.
His videos are kind of wild.
Awesome. So I told Brad, I said, next time I'm there, I don't care. I'm meeting this guy because he is cool as shit.
I watched one
right outside the track, Jerry.
Yeah, I don't care. He can bring the cuffs and a dog. It's fine.
Crank it up to about. You and police dogs don't get along.
Well, no. See, right outside the racetrack at Casa Grande is the Pinal County Animal Shelter. So you can adopt a dog before or after the races. So you can help. You could get a dog. But yes.
Yeah, the video I watched of him, he asked somebody for their driver's license and insurance, and the guy's like, "Well, I want to talk to your boss." And I'm like,
he goes, "I want your supervisor." He goes,
"Who
no,
gets pulled over and asks the police officer to talk to his supervisor or his boss?"
Well, the best is he pulls this 19-year-old kid over.
Guaranteeing you're gonna get a ticket at that point.
He pulls this kid over he's 19. Well, I shouldn't say he's 19. Pulls him over driving this Mustang, tinted windows on just the windshield is tinted. Gets him pulled over. The kid calls his parents. The parents show up. The kid is wants to get in an argument with him, and he's apparently in Arizona. If you go over 25 mile an hour, it's criminal. You can go to jail.
They probably just put you right in jail.
No, you can. It is. I learned that from Fridays with Frank.
You watch police videos like that, and to me, as a sanctioned official, where we get into situations where things pop. Again, everything gets back to memory on just circumstances. Yeah. You say, hey, a guy finishing in the top 4. Hey, pull your gear out, and the guy's like, nah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna load up and go home.
Okay.
Are you cheating? No, I just don't want to do it. Yeah. I'm like, really?
I don't want to do it here in the dirt.
I've had a couple of situations in my career where Where you ask the racer, hey, we got to inspect something. They just say, nah, I'm not going to do that. Take your valve cover off. Nope. I'm like, oh, shit. We know where this is going in a hurry. You know,
You're disqualified, and you'll get a letter from us.
Yeah, we could have a segment called our Frank moment.
Yes, I thought that was the box of bad ideas.
Kinda,
Yeah,
kinda. But some of it,
Hey,
speaking
of Casa Grande, how about Brad Whitfield, Regional Promoter of the Year?
yes.
Yeah. Congratulations to Brad. We had
It
many
was
nominations.
We had a couple IMCA promoters win awards. Brad and Cole Queensland.
Yes, we did. Cole Queensland up at Deer Creek, an IMCA sanctioned, hosts one of the biggest events of the year at Deer Creek. Is the Harris Clash, and yeah.
It's good to see two of our promoters win awards like that.
It is, and there was other ones, Toby and Dan.
Yeah, 141
up
at
141.
They got it again this year.
They did.
Yeah, it started. I seen the picture.
Some of our California promoters were on that list. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. I think Dennis Gage, maybe Peter Murphy.
Dennis Gage was for sure.
A couple of IMCA promoters. So I mean, there's IMCA sanctioned facilities were well represented at the RPM workshops. A couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Didn't win the RP, but Brad did win a regional RP, which is about as close as you get to winning the RP. So.
Exactly.
Which is very cool because Brad does a very good job. He works his ass off for the Winter Nationals, and it shows, in my opinion. Back to let's go back to Ariana Grande.
Let's recircle back. I like this.
Let's just live vicariously for like a moment, Gary. You can help me through Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you've got Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kim Kardashian,
mm-hmm.
or Kate Beckinsale. Which would you pick if you're Pete Davidson? You can't think too much about this.
If I'm me, is D all of the above an option?
No, if you had to pick one of the three. And I can have this conversation because my wife knows who I would pick.
What's that game you play? It's kill sleep. What is that game?
Yeah.
You know what Jim? You know what I'm talking about.
Otherwise, I'd say it, but yeah.
Yeah. Kill him, sleep
Something
with him, marry him, or whatever.
So Jerry's still thinking about which one he'd pick. Garrett, how about you?
I'd probably go Ariana Grande.
And Jim? Do you
What's
know
the
who?
Question again?
Do you know who any of those? Do you know any of those three women? Hey, I'm a Kate Beckinsale guy myself. She is just smoking hot. She has got to be one of the prettiest people on the planet. Plus, I like the movie Serendipity. My wife and I met when that movie came out. So it has a little bit of, everything happens for a reason kind of vibe to it.
Happy wife.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Holy cow!
Well, I'm gonna go Kardashian.
If my
something
wife,
about a little trunk that something you can put your bike in the trunk. I mean, it's not to be said about that.
I would never leave my wife for another woman. My wife would leave me for Cody Johnson. For those that are country music fans, that would happen. And I've come to the realization of that. Accepting that if that happened,
peace with it.
I'd be single. Yeah,
you'd be okay.
Peace a little bit. But boy, if Kate Beckinsale called me, I mean, I'd be like, "Hey, babe, do you mind?"
Yeah.
Since it's my birthday.
Yeah, since it's my birthday. And hey, Cody Johnson, and Cody Johnson's here with her too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's funny.
Oh wow. But anyhow,
that went off a friggin' train.
Yeah, how are we doing on this whole keep it on track thing?
We're jumping back. We're jumping back and forth from segments. But anyhow, so yeah, we've got again the icebreaker this weekend. Then we got the sniper.
Oh, the Sunoco Race Fuels.
The Lone Star Stock Car.
Flash on the Coast.
Clash on the Coast.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, there's really. For some racing coming up in the next 3 weeks for IMCA racers, there's some good shows. I mean, if you want to travel and get out of the cold or whatever,
we've got the southern part of the United States covered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can hang out in over in Texas. You can hang out over in you could have
Florida.
been in Arizona, and you could be in Texas, or you can go to Florida. So yeah,
we got everywhere but Nevada covered.
Everywhere but Nevada covered in the spring. But anyhow, yeah. So back to the Lone Star Tour. The the Sniper.
Yep.
The Sunoco Race Gas, we added, just added as a title sponsor for that tour. We got to thank Sunoco for stepping up.
Oh yeah.
So, Lone Star Super Gas has been associated with IMCA racing down there in Texas for a long time.
Oh yeah, I've known a Lone Star Super Gas
since
forever.
back in the '90s when I started here. They've one way or another supported IMCA events or IMCA racetracks, and we have to thank Sunoco for that, obviously. Clash on the Coast. We did a video last night. I posted it last night on our Facebook page in conjunction with some efforts of Peyton Taylor.
Oh, then the Andrews Autosports guys.
The Hunt the Front guys. And Spencer Andrews with Andrew Autosports. We posted a video last night that I think Mike Sharp did with Dirty Mo Media, which we were pretty excited that they took the time to help us promote our event. Said some very nice things about IMCA racing. And it sounds like I talked to Peyton yesterday and last evening. I talked to him, I think, a couple times yesterday. And he's getting some pretty good pre-entries over 40.
I think they're pushing maybe close to 50 by now.
He at first was like, if I could just get 40 cars to show up, I was like, yeah, that's probably reasonable expectations. Yeah. But he's getting nervous now. He's getting the promoter jitters. He's starting to overthink it. He's got some cool trophies. They're doing some great promotions. They're hitting all the marks, and we sure expect to see a pretty good turnout up in the Panhandle of Florida for those two races. Yeah, for those two tracks hosting four events for the Clash on the Coast. And we can't thank Peyton enough for all of his promotion of the inaugural Clash on the Coast. So
it's neat to see that. It's neat to see IMCA racing get back like it is. Because we, like when you walk into the office, the first thing you see is the old Winter Nationals at Tampa with the sprint cars years ago. I mean, everybody knew you
back
started
when I
down
started.
there.
Yep.
Back when I started, that was the race at Milton.
Yes,
that
it was.
was where we kicked off.
We had the
everything.
Winter Nationals down there.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would get usually right around 50 modifieds, and that's back when we had more sanctioned tracks in the south on the Gulf Coast. It used to be the Gulf Coast region. Yep. We had more sanctioned tracks, so the likelihood of having more cars was a little greater than it is now. But we're slowly making some traction. Getting this is going to be a big step, I think. When people talk about speed weeks in Florida, they talk a lot about the stuff that's going on around Volusia and Daytona, and rightfully so. And again, Jim mentioned it. We'd spent. You remember we went down for what we called the IMCA pavement super
asphalt.
Oh yeah, those
asphalt super nationals.
Asphalt super nationals.
Was that New Smyrna? Or where was
no,
that
it was St. Augustine.
St. Augustine. Yep. And it rained out. The one and only time that I was there for that, it rained out. And it was probably a blessing that it did, to be quite honest. We haven't done much pavement racing since, I don't think.
I think that was asphalt super nationals in Bearfield and Fort Wayne.
Correct. Back when Bearfield was sanctioned in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we had the
asphalt. I remember
asphalt super nationals there.
I remember reading about them.
In the United States, though, we don't do much pavement racing. They do quite a bit of asphalt racing, is what Bruce Hampton, up in IMCA Canada, who is officially attached to us in the United States. He does a lot of asphalt racing, he calls it, up at the pavement tracks in Canada. So outside of that, we don't really have a lot of presence in pavement racing anymore. One non-IMCA thing, again, back to maybe our initial segment. Did you see where this is kind of cool to me? I haven't bring it up. I mean, Jim and I have talked about, what do we talk about our podcast? We talk about whatever we want. Did you see where Travis Pastrana won a UMP modified race at Volusia?
I did. I saw that. He the second night in the car or something.
Normally, I don't pay too much attention to UMP mod racing, but I thought that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
to be quite honest,
he's raced before.
He's motorcycles, rallycross. He was like the.
I remember when at I-80 Speedway, he used to race a late model. I mean, I bet he did it 4 or 5 times.
Didn't he come there on some sort of a promo?
I mean, it's not like he raced like every weekend, and then all of a sudden, when Subaru hired him to be their team driver for their
Well, this
WRX
was
Rallycross
way before that. This was a long time ago.
I mean, he's raced a lot of shit. He's raced motorcycles. You see him do all kinds of stuff.
Done some crazy stuff on Nitro Circus and all that stuff.
And I remember he said something about riding along with him in the race car. And I said, I would feel a lot more safe if I was on the back of your bike when you did one of them backflips. than watching you on a racetrack.
Did you put your arms around him and hold him tight?
We're gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we get Travis Pastrana to maybe come to Super Nationals, we'll set up a jump, and Jim's going to ride on the back of the 199.
As long as we
You're right
get you on the
bitch
back
seat.
of
You can be on the bitch seat. Jim's riding bitch tonight with Travis
we'll get
Pastrana.
you on the back with Ed Beckley.
He could, yeah, no shit. He could probably jump a motorcycle clean across the long way of the Boone Speedway and clear the catwalk. I mean, that dude
Those dudes are crazy. That
has
do that
done
stuff.
some crazy shit. He jumped out of a freaking airplane with no parachute on. Did
I know.
you see that video?
Yeah, I did see that. That's crazy.
I mean, he really slams a Red Bull or whatever the heck it was, whoever sponsors him,
Yeah,
and
it's Red
jumps
Bull
out the
usually.
airplane. I'm like, he doesn't have a parachute on.
Nope.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine the adrenaline rush of doing something like that? I would probably poop my pants. I'd have to wear black shorts if I did that.
In the words of Wade, you'd have a brown Sharpie.
I mean, he's just done some cool stuff. But I thought that was interesting to see that, you know. And again,
was.
all the things like that kind of bring attention to dirt track racing that, in my opinion, in a good way that we all benefit from, even if it's not, even if it's not an IMCA event. But it would be pretty cool to have him at an IMCA race too. Can you set that up for us, Jerry?
I'll see if I can find out from somebody who might know somebody who could possibly think they know somebody.
Have your people get a hold of his people.
Yes, your people.
I think we got it. I think we got a connection.
Yeah, he's actually it's one of Crafton's cars.
Really?
Oh, that he was racing? Oh, interesting.
Didn't know that. See the little things you find out by discussion.
From producer Nate.
From producer Nate.
Yes.
Who stalked Matt Crafton for a phone number.
And an autograph.
Yeah.
So
On a picture
How many
from
minutes
Byron
are we
Fecter.
at? What are we at, Nate? I lost track already. We are done. Our show's over.
Damn it.
Jim, do you have anything
So
else
you're
you wanna
telling
talk
me,
about?
so this is like the Super Bowl, you just it gets good to the last 2 minutes and then it's junk?
It wasn't junk. It was great.
That was a great one.
I mean, if you were a
Time
Chiefs
flies.
fan.
I didn't even get to use my
I was just gonna say.
I was going to
Obviously.
say, way to go there, fingers.
what's this one sound like?
Yeah, that was what
That's
we
for
could have
Jim's
said.
joke. Jim, you got any jokes?
I got
Jim,
nothing.
You hardly hit any
Oh my
green
God,
screen
Jim has
here
got
on the double upper decker.
When on God's green earth has Jim ever said, I got nothing when it comes to jokes?
Well, no. I got a few comments. I mean,
Hey, remember, this is the kindler, gentler Jim.
Could you hear my rim shot on that, Jim, or not?
no, I couldn't.
He can't.
Unfortunately.
We got to get that fixed, Nate.
I was listening on the other podcast, and he was going to be a grandpa soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a
Yeah,
grandpa yet?
that happened.
You are.
It happened.
Congrats.
Little Catherine about
Yeah.
3 weeks
Wow.
ago.
Yeah, I'm a grandpa as well. Yeah, I went on vacation last
Yeah.
week. We don't need to talk about too much more about me, but I sent Nate the picture because this is like my memorable moment from my vacation. If he can pull it up, There it is.
There it is. Oh, like most people in your
Oh,
presence.
that is my granddaughter. Yeah,
Grandpa?
Yep, I'm a grandpa.
At
That is
39.
At 39, it's crazy.
51.
That is my granddaughter, Navy, and
She looks so happy.
with a couple of monkeys. I think that's Snoop Dogg on the left with the marijuana.
Oh, I was
shirt
going to
on.
ask, are these actual real live?
Those are real live monkeys.
Now I can see why
they're
she's-
called a green vervet monkey. They are prevalent in St. Kitts. They're everywhere. So that you walk off the ship and there's like 50 people carrying these monkeys around. That's Snoop Dogg to the left, and that's Donald Trump on the right. And so I went ahead and wanted to snap a picture. I've never met
How much
Snoop
did you
Dogg.
pay for that picture too? But because I know it wasn't free because they have the monkeys and then they
$10
your
a picture. $10 per person is what he charged. So I was like, I've never met Snoop Dogg or Donald Trump in person. So I was like, I gotta go for this picture. I put him on Navy's stroller, and that was the reaction.
Oh,
The people that are listening to this are going to be like, what in the world are they talking about? Snoop Dogg and Donald Trump.
There they are.
She looks happy, by the way.
She looked.
yeah, she was so
Elated.
excited.
I don't know if it was me or the monkeys that made her cry like that. Both.
Nobody cries for monkeys. Everybody likes monkeys,
Yeah,
except the flying ones.
That's my vacation
the
moment.
Wizard of Oz, flying monkeys.
Love it.
So anyhow,
You know,
Well-
we were talking about some non-IMCA events, Volusia, what have you. And something else that kind of a, non-IMCA event is that Formula One race coming up in Vegas next year.
Yeah,
I know, Brett, we talked about that a little bit, and I'm just worried with the current economy in Vegas, how that's going to do, because, the unemployment rate's pretty high in Vegas right now, because I don't think there's a lot of working men in Vegas.
have you
Jim's been doing some research.
I was almost on cue with that one.
Well, you're a little behind. With
Have you actually tried to price tickets for that race?
No.
Or even
Can,
any
can the average working man afford anything in Vegas?
No, some of them couldn't even afford to go.
I'm getting better. So a Formula One ticket.
Where's your rim shot?
I just
We
did
just
it
did
twice.
it. We got to make sure that
I don't think he can hear it.
I've been
No, he
hitting
can't.
it. I've been hitting it, Jim. A Formula One ticket. I wanted to go to Austin's Formula One race, and the tickets were like $500 and some dollars.
I'll
And
look here.
I thought that was like, is that real? And then I looked at Vegas, and I was like, $500. I don't even think that'll get you something. You can't even hear the race cars for $500 in Vegas.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. And like,
You know what that tells me? Our
What?
Super National tickets are way underpriced.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they can hear this. I hope that the broadcast can actually hear
Well,
this.
yeah, the broadcast.
yes.
I promise.
What else you got on that
I'm
thing?
only going to get better with this sound machine because I've only got I haven't listened to any of these.
Surprised you haven't had it in your office and just all day long hitting them.
You should put it over the intercom in this building.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. This one says goat scream. Whew, that was Kennedy when I put the monkeys on a stroller.
Yeah. When you put Donald Trump on her
So,
shoulder.
Garrett, you get any good TikToks coming up? Come on, let us.
Yeah, come on.
I think I'm gonna start clipping these
You've been
into some TikToks.
you've
I don't know if
you've
people would
literally
enjoy
let
that.
let the masses down. You've been
Now
quiet
that
lately.
now that the public knows the man behind the TikToks,
Too
the
much
pressure's on.
speed.
My phone's been ringing this whole time already. People are like, "Man, you got to get these TikToks out." No, I'm just kidding. But
Going to a race, go, hey, you're the IMCA TikTok guy, aren't you?
yeah,
That's
I'm
no
gonna have to
shit. We
start
get
wearing
that. We get that.
sunglasses and
Yeah, you're gonna have to like get a haircut and get a real job or something.
we made it.
We made it.
We finally made it.
Put on the red panties.
Whoa! Ooh. Holy goodness!
That's a Conor
that was-
McGregor quote. That's one of my favorite Conor McGregor quotes. But anyhow,
Get your brownies.
this I think I watched
I got
that
some
one.
iron sheet quotes I can throw out.
Yeah, those are a little X-rated. I think I watched that one TikTok you did at Super Nationals. I think it was of a mod light coming out of 2, and he's going whack, and it like knocked the rear end out of it and did like a 180. And I bet you I watched that thing 150 times because it just laughs. I
Yeah.
just laugh every time I watch it.
Sometimes they just line up so perfectly, the sounds that you can find on there, and then you're like, this is the one.
I like the missile one. The missile
Oh,
knows.
yeah.
The missile knows its target because the missile.
yeah. That was perfect with those hobby stocks.
Yeah, and then you get the too much speed. We played that a lot.
Yeah.
Too fast, too much.
So what do? Do you like come across these on TikTok and just record the sounds or find the sound and then match it up with a video?
How
So
does
basi-
TikTok work?
So with TikTok, a lot of the sounds are saved on there, so you can use other people's sounds in your videos. So like if it's music, you can use their music, and you just find them on a video, and then you save the audio, and then you just add it back in to your video or whatever you're creating. Photos you can even do on there. And the cool thing about that is it links all those sounds together. So now when somebody else clicks on that sound, they can scroll through, they'll see your video, they'll see other videos that people have used that sound for as well.
So that's kind of like people using IMCA rules at the racetrack. They don't
There we
Yeah,
go.
it's like an alternative TikTok.
They
Alternative
they
TikTok.
just scroll through the alternative TikTok section of IMCA rules and voila.
Yes.
Just so you know, 3-day passes. 3-day passes for that race in Vegas, the Formula One race.
Yeah.
Anywhere from $15.89 to $37.50.
Yeah.
That's not too
For 3 days.
$37, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Thousands.
I think when
Yeah, the standing room only the 3-day. I'm not sure
they're all
what
sold
MSG.
out, aren't they?
No, you can buy them on this one seat deal here.
I mean that's almost like going to the Super Bowl.
Correct me if I'm wrong too, but you're sitting in an area where you can just see like one section of the
Right,
track.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they go, whoom, and then it's done. And then you wait again, and then they, whoom,
I
they
don't
come
have
by
one of those
again.
zoom things on my
Maybe we can
machine
get like
here.
Formula One cars on
Doppler
here.
effect.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Oh.
Yeah, make notes, and Nate can add them for you, bro.
Are you ever going to get our names
Nope.
figured out?
Some days I'll call you whatever.
The worst part is I answer to it.
Yeah, that one's
It's okay, Dugan.
That's funny.
Well, we're over our time limit once again.
Well, it's because
We've been talking about my birthday too damn much.
exactly. If you wouldn't have had to let everybody know it's your birthday, February 20th, and you'll turn 51. Grandpa?
Want to hear my birthday song?
Yeah, go ahead. Is it like the walk of the Ewoks or something?
Never seen
Do you have lightsabers in here?
I got to get this stop.
But you hit the stop button.
That was chaos for a moment.
It was. I got to learn how to run this damn thing. We need a test. We need
howdy.
a test run before you give me this equipment.
What'd Brett get for his birthday? An
high-tech
iPad
stuff.
with sounds and a box of wiener
That is-
schnitzels.
That song's got a name, but it's the Darth Vader.
I thought it was the walk. I thought it was like the Clash
It's
of the
called
Ewoks
like
or
the
something.
Empire's Walk or something like that. But it's the song when they play when Darth Vader comes out. Always.
Call Jimmy. He'll know.
Dun, dun,
Jimmy's probably got it as your ringtone.
So anyhow, well,
Let's wrap it up. We're gonna go to Abilene.
Abilene,
Then we're gonna go to Clash on the Coast.
we're gonna have some more stuff to talk
Yep,
We're
about.
gonna go Sniper Speed or Sunoco Lone Starring.
Yes.
Yep.
And you know the cool thing, if you got to stay home and be a working man, you can watch it
You can
on IMCA TV.
on a working
Yes.
man's budget.
Exactly.
Yes. Go
That's
follow
what I
along
said.
for some TikToks.
Yeah,
I think I'm
oh,
gonna be at
yeah.
those
Yeah,
races.
oh, yeah.
Some Instagram reels.
Instagram
Some
reels.
Facebook's reels.
Well, you got to get on Facebook reel because we understand that Brett watches them for hours
Yeah.
on end.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm addicted.
Probably also got a subscription to Dr. Pimple Popper too. But that'll be for season 2, episode number 3. Coming up probably after we all get back from our big runs down south. So remember, if you can't support IMCA racing locally, you can also watch it on IMCA TV. Join us there. Don't forget, $24.95, Brett, the replay pass. That money, portions of that money go back into racers' pockets at the end of the 2023 season. So make sure, if you've got something you didn't get to see and you want to go back and see it, you can get it on the IMCA TV replay pass.
right
So
there.
from all of us to all of you, see you next time.